Dublin. A modern, vibrant city. A city of more than 1 million people. A city of culture. A city of change. As Luke Kelly sang, the grey, unyielding concrete makes a city of my town. But our city is changing again. The concrete making way for high-speed fibre optics connecting us to a worldwide hub. But what about our past? Our traditions? How do they survive in a city that is constantly changing? Who are the people that keep these traditions alive? Why did they do it? In this series, we will focus on the traditional champions of Dublin. Those who, despite all the changes in modern life, still want to hold true to their tradition, keeping our history alive. Welcome to The Last of Us.
Hi, my name is John. I run the Singer shop here in Talbot Street. For the last 34 years, my father was working here for 48 prior to me. He was the regional manager of all the Singer shops in Ireland. My father started working in the business, I would say, probably back in 1950, early 50s. And then he started here in the shop in 1964. So he was in this shop since 1964. And he was, prior to that, he was the regional manager of all the other shops. But this one here in Talbot Street since 1964. But this is the original shop on Talbot Street, where no other shop has stayed here for over 150 years. Frank!
Yes, John.
Come here for a sec.
Okay, I'm on my way. Hello. Started off by doing was basically fixing sewing machines, mechanic, trainee mechanic. And Singer had a big shop on Grafton Street at that time. And he had a workshop underneath it with about 12 mechanics. So my training was, I was sent over there for 2 weeks training. And you were sent back here. And you were thrown in at the deep end, basically. It was much busier then. It was, the machine sales, all that kind of stuff, was a much, people used their hands more then. They hadn't got the money, basically. So when they closed, they repaired them and they made the best that they could out of the clothes. So it was a busy shop, is what I'm saying in those days. Very busy shop.
John,
Yes.
I just want to say my machine is going a dream. Thank you very, very much.
It was a pleasure to get you sorted out.
It was, and I needed it.
I'm brilliant, aren't I?
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks very much. Cheerio.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm Corrine, I'm John's wife. We've been married for 22 years. So I've been in and out of here since the beginning, really. I love this shop. It's full of history. It's the people that come in all the time. You know, it's amazing when I'd be here on my own, people that come in that know John that I'd never have seen before, customers, and and it's a very complicated business as well, because there's so many parts to machines, to different machines, that it's a lot of the time when I'm in here, I'm on the phone to John asking where things are, because there's so many bits to machines and parts, and but it's a very interesting business, and it's one and not one. I don't think a lot of people will go into it now,
I know everything you need to know about a sewing machine. I started off as an engineer in sewing machines, then from engineering I went into the sales end of it. So you have to know the business with a sewing machine. If you don't know anything about your product that you're selling, you'll run into a lot of problems. So you really have to know a sewing machine. They're very temperamental, very temperamental. This is a typical sewing machine, so the first thing we're going to do is just take off the top cover. and I'll show you the workings of the inside of the machine. You'll see all your linkages, your top shaft, your top gears. The machine is driven by a belt. Your motor is external. So you have your faceplate, your bulb is in underneath, your needle bar that forms the stitches here. So if I take this off, just tilt the machine back, I'll show you where your bobbin case goes, like so. Push that across, take that off there, take that out. So this is a typical area where threads and everything tangles up and gives a lot of problems, and the needle comes down here, and when you turn the wheel, needle is in, picks up the thread from underneath, and it forms a stitch. God, typical day. You could have some of the top designers in Dublin coming in looking for bits and pieces. You could have the phone hopping, going mad. You could have people coming in, they want their machine service. They have problems with their machines, looking for parts. Then you just get characters off the street coming in, seeing how is things. You haven't seen them. They come in for a chat, a cup of tea, cup of coffee. You just get all walks of life coming in. It's just a character street, it's a character shop. There's loads going on here. You know, maybe not be busy for me, but a lot of people will come in and say hello, just pop their head in and have a chat. The people, the crack. It's not boring. I get different characters coming in every day of the week. They know me on the street. All the shops know me. Great crack. Sometimes it's very, very quiet. You're sitting here doing nothing. Other times you can come in and you get bamboozled. Then you can come in and get an awful lot of people giving out to you their machines. If they get frustrated, if the machines isn't working, you're dealing with a lot of women designers, and they're under pressure for a time for getting their costumes done or their dressmaking done or whatever the case may be. So that's what happens. Every day is different. Question: what would people do without a shop like this? Yeah, if you buy something, you buy it online now, or you can go to a shop. But if you go to a shop, you get the personal touch, you get the demonstration, you have the after sales service. You can ring up, say, I have a problem, can you help me? Yeah, they can walk in through the door at any stage, sit them down, go through it, have a look at their problem, and solve their problem without ringing up. You ring a help desk, you're on the phone for a half hour, 3/4 of an hour, they can't answer your question. Not only that, they'll tell you to send it back, although there mightn't be anything wrong with the machine, and they'll charge you for sending the machine back, trying to fix the machine when there was nothing wrong with the machine, and it'll cost you a lot more. So if you think you're saving yourself maybe 30, 40, 50 quid on buying something online, you know, you're not in the long run. It's the after sale service, it's the personal touch you have to give when you're buying something, you know. It's the after sale service. People look at saving a tenner and they think they're being clever. You know, they're not. You know, they're fooling themselves.
Tradition basically, because there was an awful lot of people from the inner city used to come in, and a lot of people, you see a lot of faces, return faces. You know, people who come back. It's that kind of a trade. It's not a trade where they go, they buy something and then you don't see them again. They come back, they want needles, they want bobbins, they want the machine service. So it's an ongoing type of a thing, which, as I say, years ago was much busier because people used their hands an awful lot more. During the Celtic Tiger thing, it was no good for this business because people were just going into what they call them alteration places and paying 50 or 60 euro to get a couple of pairs of trousers, so it wasn't bothering them. But people have come back to it a bit now. Come back to it, but you'll always have that type of person who will always use their hands.